Hi everyone! In today's video we're going to talk about a really cool racing game. It's one of my all-time favorite arcade racing games that has been ported several times to home consoles. This port is probably one of my favorite ports and what they've done with the adaptation. Um, and it's a game that I've enjoyed a lot. Um, Now, before I get into it, I always want to remind everybody to click down below to subscribe to the channel, but also to click down below. There's a link to our Facebook group, Video Game Fans. We'd love to hear more about this game I'm going to talk about and your other video game experiences. So, the game I'm talking about today is none other than an Outrun game that was released for the Xbox, the original Xbox. And it's really one of the rarest games for the original Xbox. The game I'm talking ultimately is Outrun 2006 Coast to Coast. It's extremely fun game, and one of the cool things about it, it's officially licensed by Ferrari. Now, the game itself came out in 2006, and it's a mashup of a couple different previous releases of the game. Where it encompasses Outrun 2, but also the Coast to Coast features. And I guess better than anything, let's go over some footage of the game. Outrun 2006 Coast to Coast. So there's quite a few different options in the menu, and once you get into the car selection, there's a really big variety of Ferrari cars to choose. And really this is related, since this is a licensed Ferrari product. They have access to all these classic Ferraris and some beautiful cars in here, and all the classic cars. You get the selection of your shift style, and then you also get the selection of the tunes you want to play, including some really good classic Outrun tunes. Now, once you start the races, I'm already feeling the nostalgia as I'm doing this video. I love this game. I really love all these Outrun series, and they're just simple racing fun games. But in this mode, you're racing through and you're passing other cars, trying to make sure you reach the checkpoints within your allotted time, and scoring points as well by doing drifting and other little tricks just that dive into the points. Now, again, you got to appreciate the time of all these games, and in the original Xbox time, these graphics were really nice and really good, especially when compared to some of the arcade systems of the time. I'm putting on a couple different scenes and couple different stages here for this video, just so you can appreciate some of the diversity that they come through. So here's a little castle type background, medieval area. Really cool stuff. And let's see, the next one I'm going to show here is coming into a forest scene with all the different trees and forests. And if you pay attention through some of the backgrounds, you're going to see some cool signage and interesting fun signage. So you probably saw some Shell advertising already in there, and oh, that was some AMD advertising. Who would have guessed? AMD already advertising in some of these games. Really interesting stuff. Now, this game is definitely a classic. I really like it. Here's a snow level, and you get a little bit more of some of that snow effect with the drifting and so forth. A little bit more challenging controls. The level designs, they're pretty diverse, and they try to keep it interesting at a little hopping pace through it. The other cars, you don't see a lot of challenge, not a lot of lane movements. Really, you're competing mostly against yourself. Now, this is one of my favorite backgrounds or favorite stages, and it's kind of like a night stage with all this beautiful stars and the moons. And one of the cool effects is coming up here. You're starting to see there in the background, and it's there we go. Boom, back on track. Let's go. It's the space shuttle, which is awesome. And again, talk about bringing nostalgia into some of the 90s and some of the early 2000s. Definitely this does it. Now here we start exploring a different game style within this game, which is pretty fun as well.
and it breaks some of the standard rhythm and challenge of the regular racing. It gives you different challenges throughout this race. So here it's hitting different cars, and you get carts or points by doing so. And after a certain amount of allotted time, you get ranked on how many you did within the allotted time. Here's a different version of that, and it's by passing cars, the same perspective. So it keeps throwing you a different variety of challenge sets to go through the level and beat it.
As you just saw, the game's pretty fun, and sadly though, the online servers have come down many years ago, and it's no longer you're no longer able to play online via the internet. You can still play locally, but not online via other competitors, which is kind of a pity. But that also brings in a couple of the restrictions to the game, but nonetheless, it's still a really fun game. I can't tell you how many hours I spent playing Outrun on an arcade machine during college with some of my friends and having a great time and a blast. Definitely a lot of good memories about the game, and every time I replay the game, I relive some of those memories and some of those moments, which is some of the cool aspects of gaming, right? It's the memories that you associate with them, the experiences, especially when you're living them with friends, family, and loved ones. So, if you ever get a chance, try it out. Would love to hear if you've played this game before. Share your experiences, please. Your comments, thoughts in the comments down below, or even better, in our Facebook group. Again, a link down below. Thank you for watching.